Okay, let's get some more analysis now from Mehmet Akif Kirecci, who is in Ankara. He's a professor of international relations at the Social Sciences University of Ankara. Welcome, Mehmet. Good to speak to you again. Let's just start with the summit itself. Why does the event attract some very important officials? What would you think its significance is?
Well, I think these kind of big events are attracting lots of leaders, lots of intellectuals and perhaps diplomatic missions. The one that we used to know is in Davos. I think this is one of the alternatives. One is Doha Forum, and this one is coming up with a very important theme of shaping the future governments. And I think there will be some 25 world leaders are joining to this big summit. And as far as I remember, 120 missions are joining, and more than 85 international organizations are going to participate, with amounting to 4,000 people. So I think this is one of the ways to show UAE is one of the, not the center of wealth, but also center of intellectual activity to the world. So it's not that you do these kind of summits and or invitations, but people attend, people would like to take part and would like to participate in such events. I think highlighting the emerging importance of the region in the next decades or so.
As we already heard from our correspondent, there will be some business deals done. Rather privately on the sideline, I suspect. But obviously there are big conversations that need to be held. Do you think they will be dominated by the conflicts we see at the moment in Ukraine and Gaza?
Well, I think as we all discussed, you also mentioned in the introduction of your program, the theme is the transformation and shaping the future governments. But that obviously, along the sides, lots of deals are to be expected, to be talked about, to be discussed, and perhaps signed. As you all know, Turkey and UAE had signed a big deal in the past years after several years of frozen relations, as it was the case with Egypt and other Gulf countries, started with the Arab Spring moment. Right now, I think the normalization process of Turkey, not only with the Western countries, that is United States, European Union, Israel, and the Gulf region, is under process, and it's taking a moment. The UAE is a key actor in the region in terms of its network in other Gulf countries, in terms of its investments in other parts of the world, and also in terms of its interest in lots of security issues, perhaps beyond its military and or social capacity. For instance, UAE is doing some kind of military drills in the Mediterranean and trying to help other countries, parts of the Abraham Accords, so on and so forth. So I think UAE planned to be an important player, an important actor in shaping not only future economies of the Gulf, but also have a say in many investment agendas throughout the West, primarily in Europe and also in United States. It is also interesting that UAE governments, although despite actually their close relations with Western countries, United States and Europe, they also have a very unique relations with China and India. Not to mention their preference to trade natural gas and oil in local currencies. So all of which brings UAE as one of the, well, at some level unpredictable, but at some level very important key actor in the region.
Mehmet, when we have major conflicts in the world as we do now, in Gaza, in Ukraine, perhaps more than at any other time, you see world leaders stepping forward, voicing their opinions and guiding the rest of the world in the direction they think it should be taken. How would you describe Turkey's role when it comes to international relations? How much of an influence, how much of a voice does it have?
Well, I just want to highlight first that it's not at the level that all intellectuals, all free human citizens of the world expect from world leaders. What is the problem here is that they are not voicing enough, especially from the Western world, we do not see as much criticism as we expect towards these atrocities that are inflicted by Israel to civilians in Gaza. So Turkey's role in this, I think, a little bit, how should I put this, perhaps hesitant compared to earlier conflicts. Turkey was an outspoken critique of Israel, and it is not Israel as a government or whatever, but Israel's activities towards civilians in Palestine. Erdogan's statements are very known around the world regarding his position vis-à-vis Gaza. But I think Turkey as a peaceful, what I call Turkey is an island of stability. When you look around Turkey, it's neighbored with Syria, Iraq, Russia, Ukraine. You know, it's all surrounded by huge conflicts from the east and from the south and from the north. So, and then as if these two are not enough, now there's a Gaza problem. So Turkey, from behind the doors, openly and or from behind the doors, constantly encouraging world leaders to establish, to put enough maximum pressure over the Netanyahu government to finally reach a ceasefire, sustainable ceasefire. So the situation in Gaza is very, very critical.
Mehmet, I do apologise for interrupting you there. Time has got the better of us, but I appreciate your thoughts. Mehmet Akif Kirecci in Ankara is my guest, Professor of International Relations at the Social Sciences University of Ankara.